Oh, hey guys, I'm sorry there. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Hayden here. And I want to discuss Kid Icarus uprising. The rumor that's been going around throughout this whole year about Kid Icarus uprising remaster. And it says here, according on Gaming Bolt website, if we just click on that, Kid Icarus Uprising Remaster is in development for Nintendo Switch. Rumor. So, it says here, according to an insider, Nintendo has partnered with Bandai Namco to remaster the 2012 3DS game with improved visuals and updated controls. So, I honestly think that we definitely need Kid Icarus to come back for Switch. Kid Icarus Uprising definitely needs. It definitely deserves a remaster. Anyway, says here Nintendo has frequently dived into its back catalog during the Switch era to fill out its release schedule. But though the bulk of those efforts have been focused on bringing the Wii U's library over to its successor, it seems Nintendo has plans for a beloved 3DS title as well. So, Nintendo themselves. So, what we know so far right now, as we read this, Nintendo is planning on bringing Kid Icarus Uprising to Switch someday in the future. So it also says here, 2012 third-person shooter Kid Icarus Uprising is particular fan favorite, and many have hoped for it to get more time in the sun one way or another. According to prominent Nintendo insider Zippo, that's exactly what's happening. So my question is, could we be getting Kid Icarus Uprising remastered for Switch? And if it ends up happening, could it happen next year? So, it says here, the insider recently claimed in a blog post that a remaster of Kid Icarus Uprising is in development for the Nintendo Switch. Okay. And it says, but hold on. Apparently, Bandai Namco is in charge of the remaster and will update the game with some much more accessible and improved visuals. The online multiplayer component of the game will also allegedly return, though as per the leaker. It'll use Bandai Namco's own netcode. Okay, so in this article on gamingbolt.com, it says that Kid Icarus Uprising Remastered is in development for Nintendo Switch right now. So, and this is on gamingbolt.com, which is this site that I'm on right now. So I definitely think that we could end up getting a Kid Icarus. We could be getting Kid Icarus Uprising Remastered. So, and there's already had been videos on YouTube that had been uploaded about a week ago. I see 2 videos right now that was uploaded a week ago. So, I'm definitely thinking that I definitely think that it is possible. I definitely believe that we could get Kid Icarus Uprising remastered for Switch. Because if you guys know, Kid Icarus Uprising is a Nintendo 3DS exclusive game. You can't find Kid Icarus Uprising on any other Nintendo console but the 3DS handheld. Okay. Now. Okay, I want to just check this. Okay. However, this second article, a new rumor suggests that Kid Icarus Uprising may very well be getting a second lease on life in the form of a Nintendo Switch port or remaster. Frequent Nintendo leaker Zippo. Okay, so this is from Zippo, who had made some accurate predictions in the past. So Zippo is known to be a pretty accurate leaker that leaked several rumors and was pretty accurate with it. So Zippo could be correct if this game ever were to get remastered. And if it did, and if it were to, it would definitely come out next year. It would definitely come out next year. Okay. So, according to Zippo, this remaster will include a new control scheme and improved graphics. It will also reportedly retain the original online multiplayer functionality. The game is set to be releasing at some point next year, but fans should take this information with a massive grain of salt for now. So, okay, so this was published back in July of this year. So in 2023, which is next year, it is possible that we could get Kid Icarus Uprising for Nintendo Switch. So it says here, Kid Icarus Uprising director Masahiro Sakurai said the sequel would be difficult. I am so sorry if I mispronounced that name. Bandai Namco and Nintendo have a strong working relationship, and beyond that, Bandai Namco has worked directly with Sakurai on the Super Smash Bros. Series. Considering this, it's plausible that if a Kid Icarus Uprising remaster was in development, that Nintendo would trust Bandai Namco with it. Then again, Nintendo trusted Bandai Namco with Metroid Prime 4, which is confirmed. Metroid Prime 4 is confirmed. We are getting that game. It was announced in one of the directs. I think it was a recent direct that we had. So Metroid Prime 4 is confirmed. Yet development on that project had to be restarted at Retro Studios. Okay. Okay. If the Kid Icarus Uprising Switch port is real and Zippo's information is correct, it sounds like it will address one of the biggest complaints that fans and critics had about the original game. Despite Kid Icarus Uprising earning a lot of praise at the time of its release, the controls proved it to be divisive or divisive. A revamped control scheme could make Kid Icarus Uprising easier to control and therefore more accessible to a wider audience than the 3DS original. So, that part, this article right here, that is, I 100% agree, because you guys know the 3DS didn't have two control sticks. It only had one. The new 3DS had two control sticks. So Kid Icarus Uprising is like the perfect game to release on the Nintendo Switch. It would be perfect. It would be way better. It would be 100 times better than the 3DS version. No, with a control. Okay, so it says here, as far as ports go, Nintendo has so far focused mainly on porting Wii U games to the Nintendo Switch, with which Nintendo has. We had a Wii U games that had been ported to the Switch. But it would be great to see some of the better 3DS games get a similar treatment. After all, Nintendo has discontinued its 3DS and is shutting down the handheld console's eShop. So many of its exclusive games are going to become much harder for fans to get their hands on in the near future. Okay. So, Kid Icarus Uprising, I can definitely predict that it will happen, but at least not right now. I don't think it won't happen as of yet, but I can definitely predict Kid Icarus Uprising Remastered getting announced at a future Nintendo Direct. And if this were to happen, it would probably, I'm going to say, the way I see it personally, it could either be announced early next year, so like in February, when we have a Direct, because again, we have a Direct throughout every year. Nintendo does the Direct in February. What else? What other Direct? I think we had one back in September, I think. Yeah, so February, September, and February, September, and maybe December. Maybe December. So, I don't doubt, there's no doubt about it, that Kid Icarus Uprising could be announced at 2023 Direct. At the Nintendo Direct 2023. I can definitely see that happening. So Kid Icarus Uprising, so it could happen. I'm going to look through this just to see. Okay. Nintendo Life. Let's come on here. I agree. Okay. This Kid Icarus Uprising would be perfect for Nintendo Switch. Okay, now let's talk about the story, which went way beyond when it initially set itself up to be. Kid Icarus Uprising would have been satisfying enough game if it simply followed the metas. Okay, plot introduced in the opening. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, aha! Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Okay. All of this is to say Kid Icarus Uprising had it all, which begs the question, why didn't it sell that much? It had full marketing push, plenty of quality content, and it was released at the time when there wasn't much competition in terms of the 3DS software. What went wrong? I'd say that it relative failure was down to the fact that it was too high concept for most audiences. Most people didn't realize the Kid Icarus IP, and even for those who did, this entry in the series was nothing like its two predecessors. Combine that with the relatively high difficulty, chaotic gameplay, and the weird control scheme, and you have a masterpiece that nailed everything except the little detail of finding a way to meaningfully connecting to a mainstream audience. If you spent the time with it, this was a game that kept on giving. But that was only if you managed to get past those first few hours of coming to grips with everything. Okay. Alright. I want to go back up this way. Okay. So, it is possible that we can get a Kid Icarus Uprising remastered for Nintendo Switch. I definitely see it's possible. It could happen. I mean, there are people that are already explaining it. There's already people just spreading rumors about this masterpiece of a game. Like, a Kid Icarus Uprising was such a fantastic game back on the 3DS. However, since it was a 3DS, the control scheme wasn't the best. So, I definitely think that Kid Icarus Uprising deserves to be on Nintendo Switch. 100%. So, okay. I definitely think that this is possible. Kid Icarus Uprising. Okay, levelup.com. No, let's see what they have to say. Okay, now this was according to an insider that Kid Icarus Uprising that could come to Switch. Okay, okay, we know that. Starring Pitt after a long absence. Adrenaline. Oh my God, no! Stop bouncing around. Okay, the game. Okay, So okay, Zippo. Okay, so we know about Zippo. So we know Zippo always have made some pretty accurate predictions in the past. Okay. And now Zippo is claiming that Namco is working on a Kid Icarus Uprising remastered for Switch. So, with the new control scheme and improved graphics. So, that is what we know. So those are the details that we know so far. So we know that Metroid Prime 4 is confirmed. And now Zippo said this. Zippo claims that the remaster will arrive throughout 2023. Although there are no further details on the release window at this point, we can only wait for an upcoming Nintendo Direct with some official confirmation. So, Zippo. I really like where Zippo is going with this. So, if you guys know from that article, Zippo had been, his predictions were pretty accurate in the past. So we can only rely on Zippo's predictions. Because there has been times where Zippo was not wrong. Zippo wasn't wrong. Okay. So. Alright, I want to see what else we can find. Okay, Reddit, Pinterest, no. Okay, so, I guess okay, take this Kid Icarus remaster. If Kid Icarus Uprising gets a Switch port. Okay. So, I can definitely, I'm just going to put it this way. These are just rumors. Remember that. These are just rumors. It's not really, it's not confirmed officially by Nintendo themselves, but from an insider. However, my take on this is Kid Icarus Uprising remastered is possible for Switch. It is possible. And I'm just gonna say that if Nintendo was to announce Kid Icarus Uprising in the future Nintendo Direct, I imagine that Kid Icarus Uprising Remastered might probably be announced in the first Direct of next year. So probably in February of next year. So I would like to hear what you guys think about this. I really think that this is possible. I really think that Nintendo will announce this in the February Direct next year. If they end up remastering this game. So I really think that Kid Icarus Uprising would be fantastic on Switch. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end it off here. So again, let me know what your take is on this. Do you think that this is going to happen? Or do you think that it might happen next year? Or do you think it's... Now, do you think that this game is going to wait a little bit longer or something like that? Now, do you think it's... Do you think it might get announced next year at the first Direct? What do you guys think? I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.